They're the coolest person in any room.
Listen, why don't you call a friend and have her meet the three of us at the Bamboo Lounge at 6:01?
You got it.
All right?
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 coolest movie characters.
Rock and roll.
For this list, we're looking at the coolest movie characters only. TV cool guys need not apply. Also, superheroes like Tony Stark didn't make it.
That's cool, I'll do all the talking.
Number 10. Axel Foley, the Beverly Hills Cop franchise.
Talk to me, tell me something.
When this street-smart cop from Detroit finds himself in Beverly Hills, he's able to employ his natural charm and the tricks he's learned along the way to outwit every other officer in the city.
Disturbing the peace, I got thrown out of a window. What's the charge for getting pushed out of a moving car, huh? Jaywalking?
Prior to Eddie Murphy landing the role, Mickey Rourke and Sly Stallone almost brought the character that would make Murphy a star to the big screen.
Are you driving with your eyes open? Are you like using the force?
Though those two have certainly starred in several films that we love, it's the comedic timing and improvisational feel Murphy brings to Foley in the various films of the franchise that land him on this list.
Jesus Christ. He almost gave me a heart attack.
Number 9. Trent Walker, Swingers.
Yeah, I swear to God. Swear to God.
A quick-witted, good-looking actor, Trent is the perfect man to shepherd his lonely friend who just can't let go of his previous relationship in Swingers.
Wow. I want you to remember this face here, okay? This is the guy behind the guy behind the guy.
At every turn, Trent is there to teach any and all of his friends how to handle every aspect of getting a lady while simultaneously working to rebuild the shattered ego of his downtrodden friend.
I don't want you to be the guy in the PG-13 movie everyone's really hoping makes it happen. I want you to be like the guy in the rated R movie, you know? The guy you're not sure whether or not you like yet. You're not sure where he's coming from, okay? You're a bad man.
The alpha dog in this group of friends, Trent is undoubtedly money.
Maybe that was money. Tell me that wasn't money.
Number 8. Tyler Durden, Fight Club.
And this is how I met Tyler Durden.
Speaking to the visceral side of men that wants to break out of the societal barriers that most of us comply with,
I see all this potential, and I see it squandered.
Tyler Durden is one of the few who lives outside of those norms. And as a result, he leaves us wanting to do the same during every viewing of Fight Club.
I want you to hit me as hard as you can.
The man lives in a rundown house with brown water that leaks and floods at every turn. Yet somehow he leaves us envious of the life he leads. Perhaps it's his utter lack of compromise or his ability to lead.
Advertising has us chasing cars and clothes, working jobs we hate so we can buy shit we don't need.
Whatever it is, he makes it all look cool.
What, and I'm not?
Sticking feathers up your butt does not make you a chicken.
Number 7. Rick Blaine, Casablanca.
But what about us?
We'll always have Paris.
We'll always have Paris, and we'll always have Rick Blaine, thanks to this iconic black and white romantic drama and one of the greatest films of all time.
What is your nationality?
I'm a drunkard.
As the owner of a high-class Morocco nightclub that appeals to patrons of diverse backgrounds, he's jaded and blasé on the outside, but underneath the cool exterior is a man who's torn between love and virtue.
Of all the gin joints in all the towns in all the world, she walks into mine.
With an enigmatic background that just adds to his mystique, Rick is the tough but smart guy in a dashing suit.
But I'd like to buy your cafe.
It's not for sale.
Haven't heard my offer.
It's not for sale at any price.
What do you want for Sam?
I don't buy or sell human beings.
He sticks his neck out for nobody and is the envy of all other men. Here's looking at you, Rick.
Here's looking at you, kid.
Number 6. James Bond, the James Bond franchise.
Name's Bond. James Bond.
The spy genre of films is populated almost entirely with people who are trying to be cool.
That's one trick I've never learned. Perhaps you'll show me how it's done.
Whether it's the gadgets, espionage, or his entire demeanor, James Bond is the best of them all because he doesn't need to try. He just is.
What was I? Oh, yes.
Often considered one of the greatest film heroes ever, audiences can rest assured that Mr. Bond will save the day and get the girl.
This is no time to be rescued.
To top things off, 007 always does it in style, even over 20 films later.
007, are you all right?
Number 5. Danny Ocean, The Ocean's Trilogy.
Please state your name for the record.
Daniel Ocean.
It took a nearly unfathomable amount of charm and presence for George Clooney's take on this character to outshine Rat Pack legend Frank Sinatra's version.
Yeah. That might be so, but this time it's true.
But he succeeded. In the 2001 remake, Danny is the brains behind a group of criminals that manages to pull off the impossible, and we're rooting for them the entire time.
What's the target? 8 figures each. What's the target? When was the last time you were in Vegas?
Completely unflappable, Danny rolls with whatever changes come his way, and always makes sure that everything works to his advantage. He's cool, calm, and collected through and through.
Play long enough, you never change the stakes, the house takes you. Unless, when that perfect hand comes along, you bet big, and then you take the house.
Been practicing this speech, haven't you?
A little bit. Did I rush it? Felt like I rushed it.
No, it was good. I liked it. Team beat things harsh.
Number 4. John Shaft, The Shaft Franchise.
My name is John Shaft. Freeze.
Created as an African-American counterpart of sorts to James Bond, John Shaft is the black private dick that's a sex machine to all the chicks. Ah yes, and we can dig it.
Who's the black private dick that's a sex machine to all the chicks?
Shaft!
Damn right.
Whether it's the clothes he wore, the women he bedded, or the attitude that made it clear he was not to be messed with.
Up yours! Get out of the way!
One thing was certain. Shaft was, is, and always will be the man.
Cut the crap, man. This is Shaft.
Right on.
Right on.
Number 3. Jim Stark, Rebel Without a Cause.
All right.
James Dean's short-lived film career defined what it was to be cool for a generation. And it was this character from the mid-50s drama that defined his legacy most.
Are you satisfied? Do you want some more?
The fact that the actor died in a high-speed car crash shortly before Rebel Without a Cause hit screens lent the role even more weight. As a teen struggling to make sense of the world he lives in, but doing it in a much more unique, interesting way than most people ever would.
Every time you can't face yourself, you blame it on me.
Dean made this character into one we can relate to, and also wished we were like at the same time.
You're tearing me apart!
Number 2. Han Solo, The Star Wars Saga.
Han Solo. I'm captain of the Millennium Falcon.
Luke Skywalker may be the ultimate hero of the Star Wars saga, but it's his friend Han that we always wanted to be.
Look, your worshipfulness, let's get one thing straight. I take orders from just one person, me.
A scoundrel with a heart of gold, Solo is always interested in making a quick buck.
Listen, if you were to rescue her, the reward would be...
What?
Well, more wealth than you can imagine.
I don't know. I can imagine quite a bit.
You'll get it.
I better.
But he'll also save the day along the way. And while Indiana Jones, another character portrayed by Harrison Ford, is certainly another of the coolest characters around, it's this space pirate that's forced his way onto our list. We love him, and he knows it.
I love you.
I know.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
I don't know where we are, but it sure as hell isn't Oklahoma.
Good punch. I'm Crash Davis. I'm your new catcher, and you just got lesson number 1. Don't think. Can only hurt the ball club.
I'm Jacob. What's your name?
Amy Johnson.
Amy Johnson. I'm Jacob Palmer. How you doing?
Great.
Good.
How you doing? I'm Chili Palmer.
Number 1. Jeff the Dude Lebowski, The Big Lebowski.
I am not Mr. Lebowski. You're Mr. Lebowski. I'm the dude. So that's what you call me, you know?
All he ever wanted to do was bowl a frame or two, drink a White Russian, and maybe get a little high.
My career's slowed down a little lately.
Instead, the dude finds himself in the middle of intrigue and violence.
Your name's Lebowski, Lebowski.
Your wife is Bunny.
My wife, Bunny? Do you see a wedding ring on my finger? Does this place look like I'm married? The toilet seat's up, man.
Though he does raise his voice in a scene or two of this crime comedy, El Duderino mostly remains relaxed and takes everything in stride. Even, spoiler alert, when his friend dies and his ashes end up almost entirely in his face. There is one thing that's absolutely certain. The dude abides, and we take comfort in that.
It's good knowing he's out there. The dude. Taking her easy for all us sinners.
Do you agree with our list? Who do you think is the coolest movie character? For more film top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.
I'm the asshole in the place, right? I'm the asshole? I'm out of here.